Now entering Glory Hole.
Egotastic FunTime.
Hey gang, I'm JP and welcome back to Talking The Orville live stream super chat explosion on Egotastic FunTime. Today, we're gonna have a great time talking about the greatest modern sci-fi show on television right now. And there's lots of great sci-fi on television right now, you guys, so that's saying a lot. It's a science fiction renaissance going on in our lifetime, and we have a lot to talk about today. Whether The Orville has received an early renewal for their third season yet. I have the air dates for the first 10 episodes of season 2. I have reason to believe that Alara Katan will be leaving us by Thursday, January 3rd, and that we're going to meet Talla no later than episode 3, though we might get a cameo in episode 2. I don't know about that yet. We're also going to watch some of the new season 1 character recaps and the majority rule recap that just came out yesterday on the official Orville YouTube channel. We're also going to watch the brand new Star Trek Discovery trailer that just released a few hours ago. We're going to check it out together. We're going to talk about a lot of cool stuff. So let's get this show on the road by seeing who's here. What's going on? Right now we have, I'm going to say some hellos here. Participants. Bird O Prey 5, Edgy Pumpkin, me, Egotastic FunTime, Lucas 42, welcome aboard Lucas, Mechanoid Warhead, Mirror Universe Zot, Monkey Zor, Nick Danger 420, Rob Crawford, T Stoney, the Conley, my new favorite person, the Conley, correct me if I'm wrong pronouncing that, and 011s. Hey, what's up T Stoney? Thank you very much, I appreciate that. Of course, we're going to be getting a lot of people joining in as time goes on. That's just the nature of the interwebs. And we're going to see what you guys are saying. There's a lot happened in the world of Egotastic FunTime. Not only today, but this week and a little bit of last week. Things have been ramping up. I'm actually pretty excited. I'm surprised, actually. First off, the big news, the thing that made me realize, hey, I should do a live show today, is today Seth MacFarlane, and I didn't queue up the video. Damn it, I meant to do that. Oh well, it's on the YouTubes. Today, Seth MacFarlane tweeted out my video, the 12 episodes of the Orville Christmas song parody, which was a lot of fun for me to make and something I had to do. It was one day I woke up and all of a sudden in my head, the phrase, and a pilot who can hug the donkey. And I was like, oh, that's funny. That'd be funny if there was an Orville song. And every day, all day, it was just in my head. And finally I said, okay, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to make a video. I'm going to make a song. And it got tweeted out. I guess I got rewarded by the big man himself. And if you don't believe me, not that this absolutely proves it, but Seth MacFarlane today says, if you haven't yet seen #The Orville Season 1, this guy, me, JP, sums it up. And then there's, a bunch of this junk here where if you were on the Twitters and you clicked on it, it would take you to my video. Isn't that fun, you guys? So Seth doesn't tweet much at all, really. Usually he'll retweet some political thing and do a little bit of promo for the Orville. So I was very honored, and I have to thank Tom Costantino, the Orville editor, for sharing that video with him. I also want to thank Jay Lee. Jay Lee also tweeted out last night that video, but Seth is Seth. So I'm very excited. And also because of that, I was contacted today by the Wall Street Journal, of all things. The Wall Street Journal, you guys, a newspaper. They still make them, and they wanted to interview me about the Orville fandom, And they don't know if they're necessarily going to do a story, though I think they might, especially with the December 30th premiere coming up. So we chatted. I chatted with the reporter. We talked about the Orville fandom, how it's growing, how, most of us really feel that it's a much bigger fandom than for Star Trek Discovery, because most Star Trek fans enjoy the Orville more than Star Trek Discovery. And we're going to be watching a little bit of Star Trek Discovery after we're done talking about all this Orville stuff, which is going to last a long time, you guys. But also, another big Talking The Orville news. Last week, JP, just a little guy that goes to work and then comes home and makes videos about the Orville and Star Trek and stuff. I got contacted by a media company that was hired by the Orville. They want to send me, well, I think it's already on the way. They're sending me a season 2 press package so that I can to give me all this info and stuff to cover season 2 of the Orville. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I haven't received it yet. I've been checking the mailbox every day. I'm hoping that they're going to give me a link so that I can watch episodes early so that I can have my reviews out, bam, right on time, right after the episode is done airing. And, get a little jump start and have time to really put together a nice episode. So I'll let you guys know what comes in that package when I receive it. I'll do a special video, an unboxing. This is YouTube. Why not do an unboxing video? Well, let's see what you guys are saying. First off, let me see who's shown up. It's all you just wonderful people. Well, it's just going to be us today. That's fine. Other people will watch later. No, we usually get people jumping in and out. But you guys have stuff to say. Awesome stuff like Levy Show JP. Thanks, Stone Loki. I appreciate that. Awesome JP, Randy Davis. Awesome JP is my nickname, or it should be. Blessings of Kelly to you all. Yes, Brian. Kelly be praised. Ian Stonebridge says, JP on the Orville, that should be a thing. Hey, what's up, Big Gator? Big Gator's a longtime fan of course, the Orville, Star Trek, but also Talking the Orville. Been around a long time, Big Gator, and I appreciate it. Carl Martin says, Star Trek Discovery, what's that? Don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I also have some, for later on when we get into the Discovery stuff, I have some fun Twitter comments from fans who aren't necessarily fans of Star Trek Discovery, but I love their comments. And here's, well, we'll get into Discovery later. This is Orville time down here. The Royd Mortar Fleur, when does it start? If you're talking about the Orville, it starts December 30th, Sunday, December 30th, probably 9 o'clock. I'm guessing it's after a football double header. If you watch the footballs on Fox, of course. And we'll be here, doing the Talking the Orville pre-show live stream super chat explosion 2 hours before the show airs Central Time. And, we're going to hang out just like we are now, talk about the Orville, talk about the episode coming up. We're going to watch clips because by that time clips will be out. I'll also have my preview video out, but, we won't watch that, but we'll talk about it. And we'll give everybody a send-off as they go off to watch the Orville. You say hello or goodbye, we love you. And then, of course, the next week, we'll talk about the previous episode that we already watched as well as the upcoming episode. And, it snowballs from there. Vinny says, you lucky MFer. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens when I get this press packet. But I've been lucky ever since the day I decided to start covering the Orville because my content creation became fun again. Not necessarily I didn't necessarily have a huge big reception, but I was making stuff that was fun and that I was passionate about. So yes, I am lucky. Nick Danger 420, OMG, JP, congratulations, buddy. So happy for you to get that money, get that paper. Someday. Money's nice, I guess. I like money because I'm hoping to get enough money someday to buy time where I can really do some great videos for you guys. It just takes time. The Ben Talks. How's it going? Hey, you know what? I think my participation tab isn't accurate because there's a lot more people here than were showing up in the tab. And also, we're going to talk about today. IMDb for the Orville has been updated, and there's some interesting stuff on there. But first, talking about the Renewal. The other day, I put out an episode about the Orville getting a tax credit from California, which is something they do for shows. The Orville got a $15.8 million tax credit for their third season, which has not been renewed for a third season yet. And I think there's certain websites that are getting their wires crossed, which I'll show you here in a second. I got it all prepped, you guys. But the fact that they got this big, tax credit pretty much makes it so that it's in the bag. We're going to get a season 3. I mean, that's like Fox saying, oh no, we're not going to accept a free $15.8 million credit. I mean, they're not going to do that. I'm just hoping. Now, last year they got like a $14 million credit for season 2 of the Orville. And then it was announced in November, just a couple, 3 months into the first season, that, it's been renewed. So we might get an earlier than that renewal announcement. I mean, we might even get a renewal announcement after the premiere, which would be great, because then we could just start talking about season 3. But for instance, the other day I posted that video. Let me put it up here. And this website, here, let me make it a little bit more. This website, TV Shows Canceled, which, I think is a legit website. They're saying the Orville renewed for season 3 by Fox, ! Exclusive. And they say the space comedy has been internally renewed for season 3. Internally renewed. Sources now confirmed to TVShowCanceled.com. The early third season renewal comes after the Orville second season, which premieres blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I've put out my feelers. I asked some people in production, and they didn't know what I was talking about. They're like, no, it hasn't been renewed for season 3 yet, but of course it looks very likely. And this website put this information out the same day that the tax credit was announced. So they probably just got their wires crossed, so don't hold it against them. And then this website, which is Cinema Blend, they give a bunch of reasons why they think that it's very likely that it's pretty much in the bag, that the Orville is going to be renewed. So, yay, we like that news. And, man, you guys are chatting it up. I have to get caught up here because I do want to respond to what you guys are saying. Sirtoke69. Man, there's a lot of layers into that name. You have cornered the market on Talking the Orville. Monies! Well, I don't know about monies, but I think I have cornered the market. Though, I'll get other channels all the time, or other creators will say, hey, I don't want to cover the Orville because that's your thing. And I go, no. Cover the Orville. Everybody should be talking about the Orville. I mean, I'm lucky enough that people watch my stuff, but I mean, everybody should be talking about it who wants to. And, I guess my background music's playing. I can't hear it. But yeah, it's interesting. When I started, I was doing my YouTube channel, Egotastic FunTime, and I was doing all these different topics and talking about movies and shows and just whatever thing it was in the news, kind of entertainment-wise, that I thought I would have opinions on or something like that. And, nobody cared. Nobody cared. I did one episode about the Orville because I watched the Orville and I thought, oh, this is great. This is like Star Trek. I want to tell people about it. And you guys watched it a lot. And so I made another one and everybody watched it. And so I'm like, okay, I'm covering the Orville. And it's been a wonderful ride ever since. Hey, Midnight's Edge, what's going on? What's this thing you speak of called money? I don't know, but I've heard of it. Now, if you guys don't watch Midnight's Edge, which you really should, they basically do like real legit homework. They do a report, and they make an amazing, very interesting videos, usually about Star Trek and other properties as well. very thorough. I highly recommend you watching Midnight's Edge. I am honored that you even decided to show up to my dumb show. Empathetic Storyteller says, I should probably subscribe. Yeah, it's interesting. When I was talking to the reporter with the Wall Street Journal today, we're talking about fandom. And one of the things he asked is, what's the difference, in my opinion, from my experiences between Star Trek fans that talk, that respond to my Star Trek content, and Orville fans that respond to my Orville content. And I say, well, first off, I love covering Star Trek, not necessarily Star Trek Discovery, though I'm very interested in Star Trek Discovery. I want to see where the rabbit hole goes, and we'll talk more about that metaphor a little bit later when it comes to Star Trek Discovery. Because I'm a big fan of Star Trek. I think we probably all are, and we're just kind of disappointed in what's going on, the state of the franchise. But I said, it's weird, there's like a darkness. When I do a Star Trek video, I get a lot more, great positive comments, but also there's anger in there. There's a darkness in there, a jadedness. When I do an Orville video, people are overly, not in a bad way, but overly joyous and positive about the show, and they make the best comments, and I get far less trolls. Though we love trolls, don't we? Especially angry nerd trolls. Hey, you guys talking about me? Oh, get out of here, dude. And it's just weird. Now, of course, I've noticed if I do a Star Wars video, man, it's just like trolls are coming out of the woodworks. If you say something great about Star Wars, people hate it. If you say something bad about Star Wars, people hate it. It's just hate, hate, hate. But the Orville is almost defying the nature of the internet, and it's mostly very positive comments and reviews and stuff like that. And I think it's because the show came along during a time in our world, in our society, where we needed relief from the dark, gritty nature of not only our lives and society and the news and politics, but also from TV shows, because TV shows for so long now have just been giving us dark visions of the future, or, zombies are going to get you, sharks are going to eat you, even though you're in the middle of, you're landlocked. It's all that stuff. A school teacher's going to kill you if you get in the way of him selling meth. That's just what we've been given. We've been rooting for the bad guys. Finally, we get some good guys on the screen. People who aren't fighting with each other or mutineers. So I think people have really positively responded to the Orville, because Seth MacFarlane picked the right damn time in human history to premiere it. And it's just an amazing show. I think you would agree. Well, Monkey Zor says, where is Mecca? I would like to know where Mecca is. Mecca Random. She's usually around. She's probably busy. She makes a lot of videos. She's got a lot of great content. So for Midnight's Edge, we are talking with Tom. Hey, Tom. Tom from, was it Tom from MySpace? Tom from MySpace, you working for Midnight's Edge now? Oh, Slime E101. Axanar is the real timeline STD in the Mirror Universe. Yeah, actually, I did that Axanar video last week, and boy, that was a big video. I mean, I had a great time doing it, researching it, filming it. I was in contact with the people from Axanar. They're really nice, giving me a little bit of information, and that video's, I consider that a big success, that video. But I have a few more Axanar video topics written down that I do want to talk about. And one of those things, like you're mentioning there, real timeline. Axanar, if you place Star Trek Enterprise, Axanar, the original series, in a timeline, they all line up really nicely. They feel good. They look good. They all match up, and actually all three of them have storylines that cross over, and there's mentions. And if you try to jam Discovery in between the original series and Axanar, Discovery sticks out like a sore thumb. It's not prime time. But hey, we're getting ahead of ourselves. I want to talk to you guys about season 2 of the Orville's premiere date. And there's some interesting things with Talla and Jessica Zor that I want to mention. But here is the internet, you guys. So the premiere on December 30th will be Primal Urges, which is the carryover episode from season 1. I mentioned this in my original preview of this episode, that I didn't think they were going to start the season with this. I believe they actually said they weren't going to start the season with the carryover episode. But I think they probably just figured out, hey, you know what? It just doesn't work unless we get it out of the way. It's just, it's just too different. It's a season 1 feel as opposed to a season 2 feel. So in this episode, the crew races to save a small group of survivors on a planet about to be destroyed by its sun. Bortus and Clyden start marriage counseling, which is going to be a lot of fun, you guys. Of course, that's December 30th. Now, I assumed that the episode that we were originally privy to called, the working title was TBD, to be determined. That's the one where script details were leaked out many months ago. I thought that would be the next episode, but it looks like the episode Home will be the second episode, and this is the episode where Alara goes home. Oh, looks, they updated the plot synopsis. As this Orville heads to Mockless for Bortus' special once-a-year ceremony, Ed discovers Kelly has been dating again. Ooh. Gordon asks for John's help, and Claire turns to Isaac for parenting advice. Doesn't even mention Alara. So, let's go into that. Here's Home, directed by John Cassar. We have the cast here. Oh, sorry, I gotta put my, just normal stuff. The cast. This is the episode where we are getting John Billingsley as Carnabis, I guess. Yeah, no, Cambus. Molly Hagan will be reprising her role as Dranala Katan, Alara's mom. We also, of course, have Robert Picardo as Ildis and other people. Someone named Solana. Jessica Zor is listed, but it's blank. She's been listed on every episode. She's even listed on Primal Urges, you guys, so this means nothing. She's been listed on every episode for months now, even though we knew that she wasn't going to be introduced for a few episodes. And this is the episode where Alara goes home. And we presume that's where she stays. Now, like I said, every episode that Jessica Zor is listed on, it's blank. But when we go to episode 3, currently called episode 2.3, the plot is Know What This Is About? I kind of do. It's right here. Oh, I keep messing up. She is actually listed as Talla. She's given credit as Talla. This is the only episode in the whole thing where she is listed as Talla. So I'm guessing that she really is in this third episode. Chris Johnson's listed at Cassius, but you cannot trust that, because if you go to the Primal Urges episode, I believe he is also listed as Cassius down there. Yeah, Cassius. So he's definitely not going to be in that episode. When they filmed this episode, he wasn't even hired, unless they filmed a special scene for him, which is also possible. A special scene that they added. Now, I do want to introduce you to someone very special. Where did he go? Oh my goodness. Did they remove it? Let me see. No, here we go. Let me find. There he is. They have cast, and he's in the season premiere. Blessin Yates will be playing Topa, Bortus and Clyden's child. He's about an 8-year-old child. So the next time that we see Topa will be the equivalent of an 8-year-old. And I'm guessing that they filmed these scenes after season 1 and they've edited them into the premiere. So we do have a topa, you guys. A stupid topa. Now, do you guys, if you're familiar with Star Trek, the word topa in Klingon means basically like a incompetent idiot. So every time I hear topa, I think of a Klingon going, "Oh, stupid topa. Kapla." Big Gator. Here, let me take this off here. Oh, well, we'll get to it. Let's get back to your questions. But I do have something to talk about with episode 4, and I'll give you the dates for every episode, the first 10 episodes. Then we're going to have a break from the show. Big Gator says, "I'm not feeling well, so peace out, everyone. Merry Christmas to you and chat." That's right, and chat. Well, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah. Big Gator 5. Santa Claus is coming to town. All right, you guys got a lot to say. We got a lot to talk about. Jonathan McKnight, Marcus, Ty, and Topa. Yeah, we're going to be getting a lot of Marcus and Ty, the Finn boys, in season 2. And Topa is actually going to school on Earth. I'm guessing Bortus and Clyden didn't want to have Topa go to school on a single gender planet of Mockless, and wanted him to experience a more well-rounded environment of different types of people. Mirror Universe says, "Did I miss Billingsley's name?" John's name in the episode is Cambus. And so, yeah, and I think it's very interesting that that's a big Alara episode, and they don't even mention her in the plot synopsis. I think that's incredibly strange. They still haven't announced her leaving. They're keeping it all hush-hush. I think it's probably smart. They want to wait until the show, season 2, establish itself, not give people something to complain about. Though I've given people stuff to complain about this whole time. What's up, Harrison Smith? Harrison says, "First time on a stream, long time viewer." Well, thank you very much, Harrison. You guys are so great. Hey, Juan Steven. Ordonez Villota. Bye, JP. Gotta go. Anyway, good luck and Xmas. Xmax. You guys are great. Oh, hey, let's dull some of this stuff out here a little bit. The Orville, all throughout the month, they're not finished yet. I think we got a lot more coming this week and probably next week, because we're getting really close to the premiere. They've been putting out episode recaps, and now they just started putting out a little bit of actor interviews along with their character. They have 2 that came out, one for Bortus and one for Kelly. And I think both of those are great because, Primal Urges is a big Bortus episode, and the Kelly stuff is talking a lot about Ed and Kelly's relationship, which is also going to be, expanded upon in the new season pretty quickly. So let's watch a Kelly interview, you guys. Are you guys ready? Kelly's my favorite.
I've been doing a lot of thinking.
So have I.
You have?
Me too.
Yeah.
I miss you.
Ed and Kelly almost get back together.
What do you say we do a date this week? Like a real date, like we used to do.
I think that's a wonderful idea.
Good, so do I.
They try the dating thing, only to find out that she feels that he can't make decisions based on his feelings for her.
One of your officers has direct contact with a primitive alien civilization, and you don't think that's of consequence? If you ever again edit a report to protect one of your officers, you'll find yourself scrubbing toilets at Union Point.
So she stops the relationship before it starts again. Ed, this isn't gonna work. She's right. I mean, he wouldn't be able to make decisions if he had to send her down to a fatal mission. He wouldn't be able to do it.
What's up,
You and
Stephanie?
I, together, it jeopardizes your command. It jeopardizes the smooth operation of the ship, and it jeopardizes our friendship. It can't happen.
It can happen. But we want it to happen. We want Ed and Kelly together, but I know for a fact that will not be happening in season 2, if you guys are wondering. That's something that they're going to explore theoretically. This is from Seth himself. A few seasons from now. It's too early in the game. I mean, I know we're all hoping for 7 seasons, at least 6 seasons in a movie, and some spin-offs. But we'll have to wait and see. Kelly, I've told you guys before, is my favorite character just because I relate to her more. She's the one with the most emotionally going on, and I react to that type of stuff. See her point of view, and of course I love her and Ed together, but we're just gonna have to wait for that to happen. So I'm wondering, I know that Talla and Cassius this season, I think both of them are gonna cause a little bit of a rift between Ed and Kelly. We just don't know how. We don't know if it's romantically, like maybe Cassius is Kelly's new boyfriend, so he just shows up once in a while, which is gonna be fun. I don't know if Talla is going to and Ed are going to get together. I hope not. I like it, when these crews don't knock boots all the time. Maybe later on, like that whole Worf and Deanna Troi getting together thing in season, what was that? Was that season 7? I never bought that storyline, but I am interested to see. I just hope they don't go back to bickering. Like they did the first couple episodes in season 1, where they're just bickering too much. A little bit's fun, but not too much. I'm glad they dropped that eventually. Kelly got it going on, says John Lawson. James Forsyth says, I hope the love thing between Kelly and Ed fades. I hope it fades. Well, I know it's going to fade a little bit. I think they're going to learn to love each other in a different way. Really rely on each other, be friends, confidants, who know each other better than anybody else knows each other. And then eventually, as a few seasons go by, it'll be re-sparked, and all of us will be like, ooh, you know how it goes. It's TV, you guys. Snake56 says, I'd like a spin-off that takes place on Newton's space station. Okay, if they do a Newton space station, because here's the thing, they can't call any of the spin-offs the Orville. Star Trek, you have Star Trek Enterprise, Star Trek The Next Generation, because Star Trek isn't the ship. So the Orville, you can't have the Orville, the Hiawatha, anything like that. So if they actually did an Orville spin-off show called Newton Space Station, I'm all for it. Rob Orwig says, love the show, man. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. I love doing it. My only regret with the show is I just don't have enough time to do it as much as I would like. Sometimes you gotta do laundry. Every day you gotta go to work. Stupid life. Life is so dumb. Bebop Big Shot says, Rob Lowe finally makes that threesome happen. Airs on FXX. I hope they bring back Derulio, you guys. I really do. First off, I'm just a Rob Lowe fan. I've been a Rob Lowe fan since the 90s. I just love him. I think he's great. Of course, I love him as Chris Traeger on Parks and Rec, and Parks and Rec is my jam. So I hope we get to see him again. A lot of people saying, oh, what if there's always the pregnancy rumors for season 2. Oh, I think it's possible that Claire might find herself pregnant in season 2. I know that her character is supposed to have some sort of life-changing event. That's pretty life-changing. They talked about, last season in Into the Fold, her and Isaac chatted about her pregnancies. They were artificial insemination. And, we had that conversation. What if she actually gets regular pregnant? That'd be different. Because she don't want no man getting her way. People say, well, what if Alara gets pregnant and that's why she leaves? What if Kelly gets pregnant? I'm saying, we don't know how Derulio's physiology works. What if Ed gets pregnant? Ed had sex with Derulio. What if Derulio implanted a little blue baby in there? A little blue man group with his blue man goop. Nick Danger says, Newton's mythical punch. Newton's show could be called, It's Not a Cookie, It's a Newton. Oh, Benjamin Jones. I remember that. Enterprise added Star Trek to the title in later seasons. Once we get some Orville spinoffs, they can add Seth Trek to the titles. Yeah. Also, I've claimed it. I started the Seth Trek phrase. I got a video last year of me using that for the first time. I think it might have been the first episode of Talking The Orville. I created it. Or I heard it somewhere, and I don't remember where I heard it. No, I'm pretty sure I created it. I don't know. I talk, and words come out of my mouth in these videos. You guys watch my show. You know how it is. I say lots of weird stuff. I put words together. Try to make my sentences more gooder. Yeah, but Benjamin Jones says Enterprise added Star Trek to the title of the show later on. It's true. When Enterprise first started, they're like, oh, let's do something different. Let's just call it Enterprise. It's the first. It's we're going back. This is the prequeliest of prequels. So we're not even gonna call it Star Trek. They ain't trekking much yet. Enterprise. And then eventually, a couple of years, seasons go by. The show's not doing so hot, so they eventually added the Star Trek to bring people in. By that time, the show was great though. First season was a little rocky. Second season was a little less rocky. I love season 3 and 4. Empathetic storyteller. I've never heard Seth Trek before. I love Seth Trek. I actually have Seth Trek shirts I designed on the Egotastic FunTimes store. They're great. That's one of my biggest sellers. People love them. And I love them too. Word salad, JP. Well, I don't know if I'm a fan of salad, but I do like words, Rob Crawford. Ian Stonebridge. How about the Orville encountering a lost Mocklin colony, all female? We're gonna visit Mockless again in season 2. We're gonna get a lot more details about actually everybody, all the races. We're gonna be visiting Kalon as well, Isaac's people. But I have a theory about Mocklins, and about a girl. We find out that there are females that are born, and they, quickly have sex changes, stuff like that. I have a theory that Mockless is only single-gendered because, as a society, they engineered the society to be that way. They basically eradicated femaleism, and they did it so long ago that they don't even realize they're doing it anymore, because that's how misogynistic they are, that they decided just to get rid of women. But you have to go way far back in time, hundreds of years ago. They don't even realize that's why it's that way anymore. I can't wait to find out. Also, I have a theory. We all know how gross. Now, women, you think you know, but you don't know. Men are gross. You guys, men, you guys know how gross you are. You're freaking gross. Like crazy gross. Women are like, oh, we know, men are gross. No. You have no idea. We are gross. So I'm wondering, Mockless, an all-male society, how gross I bet you they are. I bet you that place is gross. They're doing some weird stuff over on Mockless, you guys. I'm telling you right now. Like, imagine how our society would be, how crazy men would be if we didn't have women to, our brains tell us, oh, be cool, there's a girl around. Don't be too gross. If we didn't have that, this whole planet would be sticky. Okay? It'll be crazy gross. Bebop Big Shot says, death by shmoosh smoosh. Oh yeah, I choose smoosh smoosh. Smoosh smoosh. That's not the word, was it? Wasn't it snoo? I can't remember. Maybe it is smoosh smoosh. KZ says, any Hallmark Orville ornaments yet? I don't think there are, but I have seen a lot of people posting pics. They do have Orville Christmas tree ornaments. I don't think they're official. I think they made them, but they look good. If you guys haven't checked it out on Facebook, there's the Orville private fan group. It's 30,000 people on it, something like that. It's a very good group. You're getting everything right up to date. People are posting all their questions, all their thoughts about the show, pictures of their cosplays. You know, yesterday everyone's showing pictures of the Orville DVD Season 1 that just arrived in the mail via Amazon.com. Snoo, that was it. It was Death by Snoo. Oh, God. That was a great show. Mirror Universe goes, Spoon! Now, speaking of Spoon, you're talking about the Tick, originally played by, in the live-action version, Patrick Warburton. Patrick Warburton will be in the Orville Season 2. He also plays Joe on Family Guy. Voices Joe. He plays the elephant alien you might have seen in the trailer. You know, he looks like an elephant, kind of. He's got the long trunk, which actually goes into his belly, but you can't see that. Unless they change that, because it's supposedly kind of disturbing looking. That is Patrick Warburton. Rob Crawford, you got Season 1 yesterday. Now, that video that I just played of the Kelly interview, it wasn't listed as being on there when I looked at all the special features a month or two ago. So no, it wouldn't be on there because it's newly done. They actually got all the features that are available on that DVD have been on the Orville YouTube page the entire year, and as well as other stuff that's newer that's not even on the DVD set. What's up, Clay Dickens? Clay Dickens, as I live and breathe. Welcome aboard. Rod Pruitt says, where's Gordon's leg? I totally meant to cue that video up so we can close out the show with it. I totally forgot. I'm stupid. That's okay. You can click on it. It's there. You sing along. Seth MacFarlane shared it today on the Twitter, so, you know, it's a pretty good song. Jesper117, JP, any new sci-fi shows you were watching? You're going to watch besides the Orville? No. Well, I don't have anything specifically planned. You know, anytime I'm going to watch a lot of Star Trek reruns. Oh, I'm going to be watching Star Trek Discovery Season 2 starting January, whenever that is. The 17th, I believe. I'll be watching that. I would love to watch The Expanse. But man, being 3 seasons behind, I don't know how I'll find the time to get caught up on that. Because I know it's a great show, and it looks like it's right up my alley. Of course, anytime there's a Dark Mirror that comes out, I'm on it. I love Black Mirror. Stupid JP. You don't know nothing. I'm so dumb, I can't even remember anything. Yeah, JP! You can't remember the name of shows? Hey, man, calm down, dude. What are you even doing here? And there's the new Twilight Zone on CBS All Access. See, I have CBS All Access. I have to, so that I can do reviews and cover Star Trek Discovery. They're eventually, really soon, going to be putting out the new Twilight Zone, which I plan on watching that. Now, I'm a little bit disappointed because it really seems like the new Twilight Zone is just going to be rehashing old storylines from the original Twilight Zone, just making them modern, which I was really hoping they'd come out with some new stories. But, you know, it's CBS. They're all about taking something that's been done and then redoing it because the audiences are going to pay for that, I guess. And but Adam Scott, the actor Adam Scott, will be playing the William Shatner character in the 30,000 Terror at 30,000 feet. You know, the one where he's like, "There's something on the wing." Adam Scott's gonna be playing that. And Adam Scott's a huge Star Trek fan, so I look forward to seeing that. Empathetic Storyteller says, "Have to" is a strong term. No, I have to. I review Star Trek Discovery. It takes a back seat to anything Orville. Now, one thing that's going to be tough for me as far as Star Trek goes is the Orville airs on Thursdays. It's the Orville's time slot. They claimed it last year. But Star Trek Discovery will be airing on Thursdays as well, even though it's on an app. It's on an app. And they release it at night, around the same time the Orville is airing. I don't know why they did that. I don't know why they wouldn't put it out the day before. Try to compete a little bit. But yeah, no. So I'm going to have a hard time getting my Star Trek Discovery reviews out on time. So they're going to be more like this type of setting where, you know, I'll watch it, I'll take notes, I'll write down my thoughts, and then pop on and we'll chat about it. But the Orville gets the full, you know, special deluxe JP Egotastic FunTime treatment. I seen STD, but I never paid nobody. Ooh, Tony Rosano, you scamp, you. I actually had a lot of people who are fans of the Orville who actually enjoy Star Trek Discovery. And they all say, I love Star Trek Discovery, but I don't pay for CBS All Access. And I'm like, oh. You don't have to pay for anything if you want to watch the Orville. Just hook up some rabbit ears to your HD television, and you'll get HD quality Orville for free. It's actually higher quality than your cable service because it's not compressed. Smoking Bob JD says, I hope Norm Macdonald gets his own Mucus Dude spinoff one day. That'd be cool. Now, we've seen neither hide nor hair of Yaphet yet for season 2, but Yaphet's all digital. So he's going to be done last. Norm Macdonald will probably record his lines all in one day for the entire season, and they'll splice it in. But I have seen photographs from production of the Orville where they have this little Yaphet dummy that they place that the actors act to. So I'm pretty sure Yaphet's going to be in the season. A lot of people are worried about that. I'm pretty sure Yaphet's not going anywhere. Aaron Hall says, by the way, JP, I've had your theme music stuck in my head for 3 days. I think I need help. You'll be all right, Aaron. You don't want to know how long I've had that theme song stuck in my head. It's there. It's permanent. It's not going away. It never stops. Continuous loop. Like that. What was that episode of Star Trek? Not Discovery where they had a time loop, but the one in TNG. Was it Time's Arrow? I can't remember. Hey, Clay. My interview with this Wall Street Journal went well. We talked about Orville fandom. I did bring up, because I want them to know, and the guy was very interested. I said, hey, we're all pretty sure that somebody paid critics back when Discovery and the Orville came out to lift up Discovery and smash the Orville, because fan reviews on both of those properties were flipped. And I let them know all the things about, we feeling CBS has been a little strange, trying to inflate their reviews and inflate their views on their channel in order to try to sell investors on Star Trek Discovery so they can get that paper, boo. Get that Star Trek money. Get them credits. And they found that interesting. But mostly I talk about the Orville, saying how great it is, how great the fans are. It's... The fandom is growing so fast, faster than anything I've ever seen before. Now, of course, this interview is just a preliminary interview. He talks to me now. He's going to write a little something up, a pitch. He's going to hand it into his Wall Street Journal editor, and the editor has to say, yeah, this is a good story. And then if it gets approved, if it gets greenlit, he's going to call me back. We're going to do a more extensive interview. And then it'll be out on the Wall Street Journal, which I'm sure we all subscribe to. Got to get my hands on them Wall Street deets, you guys. Cause and effect, Vega Alanon says. Time squared. Oh, so many good episodes. Gold Latinum, says Motop. Mirror Universe, you're 2 series behind on Red Dwarf. Ooh, I might not have seen the latest one that just came out this year. I gotta figure that one out. Because I know they came back like a year or 2 ago. I'm all cool with that. But I think they did another season just recently. A whole 6 episodes probably. I need to get my hands on that. Thanks, Clay. I'm moving up a little bit. I'm Twitter famous for an hour or two every once in a while. Slime E101 says, why is your theme so catchy? I don't know. I made it kind of... I'm pretty good at writing little catchy little ditties. And that's one of the first things I did. And so many people... They wouldn't comment on anything I did except for my theme. They said either it's the most... I hate this. It's the most horrible thing I've ever heard. And I hate you for writing it. Or they say, oh, I freaking love it. This is amazing. I listened to it 5 times in a row. And so I was like, okay, good or bad, I'm getting extreme reactions. So I kept it, and now I think I'll always have it. Hopefully someday I'd like to get updated versions of it. Hopefully some of you music people out there can put together a version of it, or at least musically, and I can record the vocals or however, it doesn't matter. Yeah, Red Dwarf is great. Now, when the Orville first aired, we were thinking, everybody was thinking, I think even Fox was thinking, that it was going to be kind of a Red Dwarf type of, sci-fi comedy, and not have the heart that it has. But we were all pleasantly surprised. Let's see what you guys got so much stuff to say. I can't even answer all these things. Red Dwarf 12 came out last season. I wonder if 12 is the one that I saw, or did I see 11? I almost feel like I saw 11. I need to double check. Hey, what's up, Eccleston Angel? I had 12 shots of my spine on Monday. What are you doing? What's going on? Why did you do that? All right, Clay, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Banacos. We need no longer feel the Banacos. Will the Orville have spinoffs? I hope so. I just don't know how they're going to brand it. You can't call all the shows the Orville Living on the Edge or whatever the hell they want to call stuff. I don't know how they're going to brand it. Yeah, owie, that must hurt. Okay, so we do have also another character recap, you guys. And don't forget, we're also going to be checking out the new Season 2 trailer for Star Trek Discovery that just came out today. And we're also going to be checking out some fun fan comments about STD. But let's check in with Bortus, shall we?
I have laid an egg.
You lay eggs?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I always wondered how a single-gender species populated itself. They big eggs?
They are somewhat large. Yes, sir.
Where did they
At the
come
end of
out
season
of?
1, we leave off with Bortus having a child, and his mate are on board the ship, so he's balancing his family duties and his work duties.
My duties to this ship require a substantial time commitment. That is not good enough. I am your mate, and I have needs.
I am aware of this. There's an episode about a girl, which his child, Topa, was born a female, which was an anomaly.
It is a female. That is
Orville nemesis.
impossible.
He goes to court eventually on Mockless to keep the child a female, and he loses. So we don't really know how he feels about that. I mean, that's still bubbling in the back of his mind.
Sorry for all that has happened. It was not my intention to hurt you. I just wanted to do what was right. What is important now is Topa.
Topa.
Wait, before you click away, do me a favor. Subscribe to this channel. It means
All right,
a lot to
all
me.
right,
Well,
Gordon.
not really, but it means a
Calm
lot
down
to
there,
someone.
buddy. Sorry, guys. I was just checking. A lot of you, thank you very much, by the way. A lot of you are congratulating me on getting 15K subscribers. which I thank you very much. I was very happy to have that nice even number, but I'm actually just a few hours away from getting 16,000. I only need about 50 more, and we will be at 16,000 subscriberinos here on Egotastic FunTime with my ego panions. Now, of course, we'll see how that goes, because I just got a message today from YouTube. It's a general message everybody got. Today and tomorrow, we might be seeing a noticeable depreciation, a decrease in subscribers, because they're cleaning out bot accounts and spam and all that stuff. So we'll see how many subscribers I have when I wake up tomorrow. But I just won't go to sleep. I'll just stay up all night and party. How's that sound? Have maybe play a round of Latchcomb, have some Opsada wine or poop wine. It'd be great. So we'll see. My subscriber count, as it goes up, it doesn't seem like it's very spammy or bottish. So we'll see how it goes. Awful Eric the Red. I was one of the first 10K. Thank you so much. 1 year ago, right before I started doing Orville videos, the day of, I was actually at 1,200 subscribers 1 year ago, September of 2017. Now it's a year later and a couple months, and we're at 16,000. That's amazing. And I really have to give all the credit to the Orville. I couldn't have done it without them. Nobody would have checked me out if it wasn't for them. So they're amazing. And they sent me this hat because they're so nice. CBS didn't send me a Star Trek hat. Bonacos, I don't know if the new Twilight Zone will only be recycled stories, but if they're going to do one recycled story, they might as well do them all recycled stories. Plus, we're dealing with CBS. We know they're about capitalizing as opposed to, creating. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know, Rob Crawford. You might be a bot. You might be a Kalon. I'm really looking forward to learning more about the Kalon. I know that we're going to be diving way deeper into Isaac's character, played by Mark Jackson, and I think we're going to visit Kalon. I believe it was officially reported. And I am very interested to see how a planet of machines, of, programs exist. Would they even need to have bodies? It might just be a big giant machine, and they all just have their consciousnesses in there. And they're like, oh, well, let's work with the humans, so we'll give one of our people a body so that they could go work on the ship. I'm very interested to see how that goes. Aw, Robin, thank you so much. You're here, Robin says, I'm here due to the Orville, and you're cute. Thank you. I'm cute and I know it. Bebop Big Shot says, but your CBS flag is flying higher than your Orville flag. What? Oh, yeah. Back there. But it's because the Orville's sitting down. Because it's confident. The Orville's confident. CBS is like, huh? Can I play? And besides, that's greed BS. Ooh, Robin Markowitz. Who programmed the planet? Oh, snaps. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? How's it work? That's something I'm interested to find out. Maybe they have a record somewhere on their planet about how it all started. Maybe they're going to tell us. Same thing with the Borg. I want to know how the Borg got started officially. Were they kind of just like regular people? And they had a little, they said, hey, let's start doing some implants, some cybernetic implants to enhance. I want my eyeball to be better. Let's have a better eyeball. And then it just got out of hand.
Plastic surgery's gone wrong.
Kaiichi Marasato 98. That's a lot of letters. I hope I said them kind of okay. I came to this channel because of the Orville. I stayed for the Egotastic Fun Time. Thank you very much. That's what it's all about, having an Egotastic Fun Time. Ian Stoneberg says, breaking news. The Kalon homeworld has its heart. A crash satellite at its heart, a crash satellite from Earth. The software inboard was Microsoft. A window to the past. Oh, Slime E101. What do you think of the new season of Doctor Who? Okay, first off, you talked about sci-fi earlier. What sci-fi stuff do I watch? Okay, I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. I love Doctor Who. I watched the first 2 episodes of the new season. I liked it, but then I got really busy, making content, and I lost track, and then the thing I was watching it on expired, so I was like, oh, now I got to pay for the episodes, and I haven't got around to it yet. I know there's a lot of mixed feelings about the new season. I'm reserving judgment. I'm also very forgiving of Doctor Who stuff, because I know there's a lot of weird stuff that's happened over the years on Doctor Who. So I'm reserving judgment. I'm going to watch it, and we're going to talk about it. Eccleston, speaking of Doctor Who, Eccleston's Angel. I don't have a beer. I have LaCroix with ice, with a lot of fermented cactus, enhanced with mango and orange artificial flavors. It's delicious. This live episode of Egotastic Fun Time is brought to you by Irresponsibility. Can't drink too much of that stuff because I got to go back to work in the morning. But yeah, today, it was so exciting today. I got so much Orville stuff in my head because so much little tidbits. You know, people wait for stories. I don't wait for the stories. I pick up little tidbits here and there all about the Orville, and then I put it all together. And I see a lot of little tidbits right now. And then I had the whole being contacted by the Orville's media company that they hired because they want to send me the press packet. So we're going to be getting some inside Orville information soon sent to my mailbox. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the X. I don't know what's in there. But when I find out, I'm going to come on here and we're going to talk. I'm going to open it up right in front of you and we're going to see what's inside. And I'm going to try to come up with a game plan on how to utilize all that information for the Orville. Because I want season 2 of Talking The Orville to be a maze. Out of this world. Backed by universal demand. And so I'm going all in. I consider myself self-proclaimed ambassador to the fandom. I'm a huge Orville fan, though I would say there's probably people that are even bigger fans than me, but they're not there every day scouring the internet. I've looked at the Orville every day on the internet since September of 2017. So you just piece stuff together when you're looking at every actor's Instagram, every actor's Twitter, trying to pull out little pieces out of information and say, okay, oh, that fits in over here. Oh, this must be going on. It's a little bit of an obsession, but it's fun. And that's why I'm able to get a lot of information so quickly. And I've tried to be responsible with that information, which I think has done well for me because I'm considered a friend of the show by the show and not an enemy or even a frenemy. Though I do cross the boundaries a little bit. Sometimes I put out stuff where I'm like, hey, they shouldn't be doing this. Laura's leaving, you guys, and they probably don't want me to do that. But hey, I got to keep it 100, as the kids like to say nowadays. Yeah, I can't wait. And then, of course, Seth retweeting. I was excited last night when Jay Lee retweeted my 12 episodes of Orville Christmas song. And then today, Seth retweeted it. And I was like, what? And then instantly, an hour later, Wall Street Journal calls me. Some other people contacted me for other various things because of that tweet. Some things I could abide by, and some things I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't have the time. The Orville meets Everybody Loves Raymond. One other thing I talked about in the interview is how the Orville, with the reporter for the Wall Street Journal, was how the Orville is set in space. It's in the future. It's very Star Trek-y, technologically wise. But the people, and this is the tagline for season 1, people are still the same. You want to hang out with these people, even though they're doing what they do. They work where they work. They have all the information that they have that is beyond us. But these are people that we want to hang out with. Whereas a Star Trek crew, I love Star Trek, love The Next Generation. I don't think I'd have as good of a time hanging out with The Next Generation as I would with the Orville. I think anybody would agree. So it's like a workplace comedy / drama in space. If Seth Trek had a station-based spinoff, who should play the station commander? Oh, man. They'd have to get somebody from the show, one of the main crew, and I don't think Newton's going to cut it. You'd have to pick somebody like at least Gordon or somebody. But I don't want that. I don't like, DS9's great, but I don't like as much station-based stuff. I like a ship out there exploring. It took years for Deep Space Nine. They actually said, hey, we need to get out there and explore. People prefer that. And they started doing that. I just prefer that. That's why I enjoyed Voyager more than Deep Space Nine, because when Voyager came out, I'm like, oh, they're in uncharted territory. They don't know what's going to happen. Who knows what people they're going to come across, what adventures they're going to have. So I preferred that. Oh yeah, holy Jesper117 says, holy Picard balls. JP, we forgot Stewart was coming back. That is some epic sci-fi to watch. I have a lot of thoughts on that. I plan on doing a big fancy video about Picard, because Picard's Picard. There's Star Trek Discovery. I do a little bit more of a bare bones episode for Discovery. But Picard's Picard. So I'm going to do a fancy video about my thoughts on Picard. Picard is coming back in 2019. The Picard series also was giving a big, hefty tax credit for their first season by California, so that California hoping that they'll film it there. I think the show is being rushed to come out in 2019, because I'm pretty sure CBS is trying to get it out sooner than later, because Discovery is not giving them the results that they wanted. They wanted people to sign up for CBS All Access, and people rejected Discovery for the most part, even though it has huge fans. There's a lot of fans that are hardcore fans of that property, but it's not doing what CBS wanted it to do. So I think they're going to fast track. It's already been announced. Picard's coming in 2019. I don't know if fast tracking it's going to hurt it or help it. It never helps. It always hurts. That's why Into Darkness didn't do so well, because they fast tracked it. So we'll see, but it's going to be better than Discovery, because CBS has learned some things, what to do and what not to do. Though I'm sure they're still going to do a lot of things that they shouldn't do. But also the fact that the Picard series takes place 20 years further out than we've ever seen before, really, in the Star Trek universe. We can't complain that much. We can't say, oh, you're breaking canon. You don't know about the canon 20 years after Nemesis. So any problems that we'd have would just be opinions, as opposed to, it says right here, la la la. So now if they do a flashback and say, hey, that's not how it happened, then we'll have a problem. So we'll see, that's what they should have done with Discovery. If Discovery took place further down the timeline, whether we like it or not, we can't complain about canon, because it's new. It takes place in a new place. So they really shot themselves in the foot by doing another dumb prequel. Another prequel, you guys. So sick of it. Eccleston's Angel says, I like to hang out with Gordon the most. He's just such a lunatic. That's why I like him. Completely agree. As far as like growing down, like hanging out, having a good time, Gordon's going to be the best. Chatty, singing, having a good time, drinking, doing pranks. It's gonna be a great time. Let me see. We still got more Orville stuff, and then we'll switch to. We're gonna watch that Discovery trailer. Let me see what time it is. Yeah, we still got time. So just recently, they got it all the way up to episode 7, which is Majority Rules from season 1. They have recaps, little 2-minute recaps that they've put out, the Orville official channel. They just came out yesterday, I think it was, with Majority Rule. So let's go ahead and watch it, shall we? And I think I forgot last time, the last couple of videos we watched, to turn the music off, and I apologize. I can't hear it on my end, so I forgot. But let's see what's up. Ladies and gentlemen, Majority Rule.
How long have the researchers been unaccounted for?
Over a month. You go in, you locate the anthropologists, you bring them back.
Hey, where are your badges? I can sell you a set of 4, all preloaded with 200,000 upvotes.
Ma'am, have you seen either of these two men? Everybody knows these guys. They got corrected.
John, your badge.
Oh my God, what did you do?
You performed a disrespectful act on a statue commemorating frontier hero Mel Gibson.
Hold it right there!
You will now begin an apology tour, during which the people will vote on whether or not they believe your sincerity.
What happens if they don't believe me?
You will receive a series of neurological treatments to pacify any and all potentially negative impulses.
The 2 men you saw in the pictures that we showed you, they came here to study your planet. We need to find them. What did they do to you?
I did something terrible, and then I was corrected.
Do you believe John's apology?
Well, if he stays below 10 million downvotes before the tour window elapses, he's fine.
We need some kind of an inside advantage. Now, there must be some way to influence the mass perception.
Everybody reads the master feed. Grace into Orville. We're running out of time.
I have gained access to the master feed, flooding the feed with 20 million entries.
That's a lot of retweets.
John! You won!
You're damn right I won!
According to the feed, Lieutenant Lamar has escaped punishment.
Thank you.
I just wish I could tell somebody. Well, maybe all you need to tell them is that their world can do better.
Wait, before you click away, do me a favor, subscribe to this channel.
Such a great episode. That was the first episode that was like, whoa, this is different. This is very different. It's like they time traveled back to, early 2000s Earth or something like that. Or, 2017. Something like that. And we're like, whoa, this show can really, do whatever it wants to do. And it made a great point about social media. Real quick, I wanted to say, one of you, Agrius414 says, since Halston Sage is leaving, I wonder if we'll get to hear Captain Mercer ask about opening this jar of pickles. I love that. Yeah, when we get Talla, played by Jessica Zor, in episode 3, I'm pretty much calling it right now. We're going to meet her in episode 3. I'm assuming, and here's the way I want them to play it, I've said this before, when they're on a mission, and, they get to that point where Ed's like, hey, you want to open this jar of pickles for me, Talla? And Talla's like, huh? What? She doesn't get it. That's going to be a hilarious joke. We're going to see if they do that. That's one of my predictions that we're going to be grading when we do our live shows. The pre-show Orville pre-show live stream Super Chat explosions. One thing I wanted to talk about is episode 4 of the Orville season 2, which airs January 17th. That is the episode where, in the trailers, all the trailers we've seen, they have that first contact episode where Ed, Kelly, Claire, Talla, and Bortus go down to this planet and they make first contact. That is an episode where we're officially Talla's going to be full force. She's going to be chief of security by that episode. That's the episode that's directed by Robert Duncan McNeil. It's episode 4 of season 2, and it is airing on January 17th. I got the deets right here. And of course, you know, we got all the guest stars coming. I don't see anything too interesting as far as like, whoa, look at that guest star. But I know for a fact that's the episode that will have Talla, and it will, in fact, have the first contact. That's the episode that was filmed at CSUN in California. So, of course, if she's going to be full force, Talla is going to be full force chief of security in episode 4. That means we got to meet her by episode 3. And, of course, like I showed you in episode 3, that is the only episode listed where she is actually named Talla. Jessica Zora is named Talla. Everything else is just her name in blank. And then also, let's look at the air dates. So, of course, December 30th, Primal Urges. January 3rd, Thursday. It's going to be our first Thursday night, you guys. It's home. That's one where Laura leaves us. Episode 3, January 10th. We'll be meeting Alara. January 17th. Episode 4, First Contact, and now going forward, I have no idea what's going on. Though I do think in episode 5, we're going to be going back in time. I'll talk about that some other time. January 24th. January 31st. Whoa, New Year's Eve? No, that's not New Year's Eve. What am I talking about? I'm so stupid. Episode 6 will be on January 31st. Episode 7, February 7th. Episode 8, February 14th. Episode 9, February 21st. And episode 10, which I believe is the episode that was directed by Jonathan Frakes, is February 28th. And I believe that is the 2-parter episode. So we do not know how long it's going to be before the show returns. It might be a week or two. It's going to be, I'm sure, a cliffhanger. It's a 2-part episode. Every 2-part episode is a cliffhanger. Pretty sure it's the Jonathan Frakes episode, according to my math. I predicted that it was episode 10 back when I was talking about Jonathan Frakes a few months ago, according to the production schedule. Now, here's an interesting tidbit, you guys. You see here, it only goes to 14. Episode 14. The first episode being Primal Urges, second episode number 2, and then 3, 4, all the way down to 14. But John Cassar and David Goodman and Brandon Braga said in an interview a couple months ago at New York, or it might have been regular Comic-Con. I think it was a regular Comic-Con. They said in an interview that we'll be getting 14 new episodes and the carryover from season 1, making it so that we have 15 episodes. But it only says 14 here. And I think the reason it says that is because episode 10 is a 2-parter. So episode 10 part 1, and then episode 2, or episode 10 part 2 isn't listed because it all goes together. So that's what I'm assuming. So we'll see how that goes in the live shows, you guys. We'll find that out later. We might find it out sooner than later. We'll see. They haven't quite updated that part of the IMDb yet, so we'll see. What? I'm back. And so's the music. Edgy Pumpkin, you had to reset your router? Dang it. Man. Well, I just listed the air dates for the first 10 episodes. It looks like we're getting 10 episodes season 2 without missing a week. Now, these things do change throughout a season. They do make changes sometimes. Like, for instance, last season they said we're getting 13 episodes and we only got 12, which actually worked out really well for me because then I could do the 12 episodes of the Orville Christmas parody. I wouldn't have been able to do it with 13 episodes, so thank goodness. But these things do change. So, but apparently we are getting the first 10 episodes, bam, 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 one every week to the first week. And then Episode 10 will be a two-parter, directed by Jonathan Frakes. We'll have to wait a week or two before they come back, and then I'm sure they'll finish everything out. So we got a lot of Orville. I don't know if I can handle a full season, you guys. That's going to be a lot of work. But as soon as it starts, well, actually, already now I've already started working every day on Orville stuff and then other channels. I still have a few Axonar episodes that I'm working on, a few Star Trek Discovery episodes. Because of all the Orville stuff coming out, and this is the way it'll always be, Orville takes precedent, I haven't been able to do my Star Trek Short Trek's Brightest Star reenactment episode yet. I plan on getting to it at some point. I still have to figure out how to do it in a way so that it doesn't get flagged by CBS, because they manually flag those videos. It's not bots. Someone at CBS goes, "Oh, what?" And they flag it because they're jerks, even though I don't use any video or audio from the episode. So I'm figuring out how to do that, and I plan on doing all 4 Short Treks reenactments, but I'm going to figure out how to do it, and then I'm going to redo the first 2 in a way that coincides with the next 2 that I do, so that they all are uniform and they can be played part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. It's a lot of stuff going on, you guys. What's up, Richie Poole? About time you got here, dude. Dang. We've been all here waiting for you. We hadn't even talked about anything. We're just saying, okay, let's wait for Richie. It's been forever, man. How dare you make us wait? Anyone point out yet that JP's Axonar video has hit over 54,000 views? Shh. No, just kidding. I'm really proud of it. And I got more Axonar videos coming. And we are going to be doing a live stream where we're actually going to watch Prelude to Axonar, the one that's available now on YouTube. We're going to do a live watch party here with the creators of Axonar that are currently working on the new Axonar. And they're going to do a live Q&A for you guys. You guys can ask your questions, and you'll get some answers. And I'll be here the whole time going, word. Art design and photo by Richie. I can remix your theme maybe into a rock style like Red Dwarf theme, or at least try just for fun. Man, that'd be great. Let's see what you can do. Let's see what any of you can do. I dare you. I'd love to hear it, and if if it all works out, we'll put it on the show. It'd be great is if have different themes. The same theme song but different versions of it, and I just cycle through them. Different episodes have different versions of it, or maybe every season, every year, I pick a new one, and it becomes the official one for the year. Of course, everybody gets credit. Credit where credit is due, I always say. Mirror Universe says, I would spit some sick rhymes over a boom bap remix of the EFT theme song. Yeah. You feel me? I'll come in, I'll do that part. Yeah, we're gonna have a great time. Yeah. And I'll do my hands like this. Yeah. Yeah, I got so many ideas for videos. I just don't have the time. Now, you guys, let me see if I have any more Orville stuff. I don't think I do. No, if it comes to me, it comes to me. I have so much Orville stuff in my head, it's hard to remember it all off the, just right off the bat in a conversation. Oh man, Axonar, Robert, Axonar is so great. I've been aware of Axonar for a long time. I've been aware of the lawsuit for a long time, and I just never got around to watching it. There was, I've been busy doing my thing, and then also I was like, CBS shut it down. Why should I even bother? And then I read the news that they're coming back. The lawsuit's over. They're able to do, even though they wanted to do a 90-minute movie and had a whole script ready and the funds to do it, the lawsuit said, no, you can't. but we will let you do 2 15-minute episodes. So I was excited about that. I'm like, so let me check it out. So I watched it. Oh my god, it gave me chills. The performances by the actors, Tony Todd, Gary Graham, Robert Hatch, Kate Vernon, and was it H.G. Hertzler? I can't remember. He was great. So good. The effects were so good. I'm like, oh, this is high quality, but it actually looks like Star Trek as opposed to Discovery, which looks good. It just doesn't look like Star Trek. So I'm really excited about Axanar. I'm excited to, do a couple episodes about production updates. I might travel to their Atlanta studio. I'll try to see if I can work it out and maybe do some interviews for the show for, talking Star Trek. See what we can do there. And, I'll be reviewing them. So we got some Axanar stuff, the Star Trek that people want. Just 2 episodes. But hey, maybe it'll work out. Star Trek's coming up. Their contract is changing soon. There's rumors CBS might even think about putting it up for sale. Which, by the way, GoFundMe. I'm going to buy Star Trek, you guys. If you guys contribute, we build up enough money, I'm going to buy Star Trek. And we'll do it right. First thing we're going to put together after we buy Star Trek is we're going to do an Axanar miniseries. How does that sound? If it does well, we'll turn it into an Axanar canon-loving series, as well as 5 other Star Trek series. How about that? I'm going to hire J.G. Hertzler. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to hire Seth MacFarlane as a consultant. We're going to do it. We're going to take back Star Trek. Because Star Trek is in dark days right now. But that doesn't mean it's always going to be that way. We might get it back someday. No, I haven't seen Star Trek Renegades, but I am aware of it. Eobard Thawne, what are you doing here? I thought the Flash took care of you, buddy. I haven't seen Renegades, but I'm aware of it. And also, when we own Star Trek, Egotastic Star Trek, I'm going to find these fan films, the good ones. We're going to turn them into series. How about that? That's what we're going to do. Empathetic storyteller, start doing, come up with a pitch, send it to me, and after I own Star Trek, we'll see what we can do. Maybe bring you on to the writing staff. We're going to be doing a Jonathan Frakes fronted series where he reprises his role as Riker. This time he'll be Captain Riker. He'll be captaining the USS Titan. It's going to be a great show. You guys are going to love it. James Forsythe, my whole plan is to quit my job. At least quit my current job, and then maybe go get a part-time job. And then the other time, I'll be working full-time Egotastic FunTime as well as a part-time job, as opposed to a full-time job that keeps me from doing full-time Egotastic FunTime. Because I'll have all these great ideas, stuff I want to work on. I get home and I'm like, my soul has been taken away. I cannot write. I cannot create. I cannot film. I cannot edit because I want to die. But we'll get there. No need to rush these things. Vega Allen on Eobard Thawne equals Angry Nerd Trolls BFF. I love Eobard Thawne. He's my favorite. He goes so fast. Get out of here, dude. So sick of that guy. Robert Calhoun, don't push pink skins too far onto thin ice. A great line from, isn't that from the Axanar Vulcan, secret Vulcan scene that was supposed to be in the full feature? Of course, it's referring to the Star Trek Enterprise series with the, the blue skins. I know what they're called. I'm just forgetting right now because I'm tongue-tied. Yeah, the Ryben Flynn. That's gonna be the name of my Star Trek corporation, my company, my Star Trek company is going to be called CBS Fan Film Restrictions. Vega Alon says, the Rikers in space. The Rikers in space. Jesper117, a non-sci-fi show I'm looking forward to is The Punisher Season 2. Punisher Season 2 comes out in January on Netflix. I am very much looking forward to that. If you're going to do dark and gritty, have it be a nice personal story like that. Punisher was great. I know they're getting rid of a lot of... Netflix is getting rid of a lot of the other Marvel shows that they do. But we are getting another Punisher series, and it's coming soon. Next month. Andorians. I knew that. I knew that, Pinkskin. The Andorians in Enterprise were so great. Of course, Jeffrey Combs as Shran was amazing. But the little details they put, they had the antenna, and the antenna actually moved. And there was this one scene where Shran walks, and he crosses like a little beam in the ceiling, and it's a little low. And his antennae actually pull back as he passes it and then come back up. It was amazing. A lot of people wouldn't even catch it, but it was there. Rob Crawford says, why does Angry Nerd Troll have a pack of menthol cigs next to his computer? I don't know. That's his situation. It's not mine. I told him that cigarettes are unhealthy. But he just doesn't care. Doesn't care about anything. Except for giving his opinions on the internet. Nobody asked Angry Nerd Troll. Skybound Pilot, can you describe your everyday workout routine? My workout routine is I get up, get ready, go to work, do work stuff. Well, I eat breakfast, then I go to work. Actually, for lunch, I have one of those meal shakes thingies. Because I find if I eat in the middle of the day, it makes me feel like, bleh, even if it's just a little bit. So I have one of those shake things, and I feel great. And then I have a sensible dinner, usually consisting of burrito makings wrapped in a tortilla, sometimes a salad, and then sometimes soup. Tony Rosano says, JP, now that you're at 15K subs, I'll be at 16K by tomorrow. Yay. Do you have groupies now? Yeah, you're my groupie. Yeah, Jeffrey Combs played Shran, says Eggleston's Angel. He's the same guy who played Agent Dammers, the weird FBI dude in The Frighteners. Yes, he is, and he was wonderful. He was also in Deep Space Nine, or was it Voyager? It was Deep Space Nine. Might have been Voyager, though. He's played a few Star Trek roles over the years. Stacy Bertrand says, where can I get Orville gear? Well, the official Orville gear you can get at the Fox.com online store. They do have more stuff than they had before. A lot of shirts, some other things. I think, I don't know, other things that are normal things. Super cool stuff, not really available in the official realm. There are some, people do 3D printout, 3D printer stuff. People do cosplay stuff that they sell, jewelry. Nothing really official. I have some Orville shirts that I created that I sell on the Egotastic FunTimes store, egotasticfuntime.com/merch maybe. I don't know. There's a thing to click. Some cool shirts. My favorite shirt, it's not an Orville shirt, though it kind of is my Seth Trek Rainbow Trail shirt. It's pretty cool. I also have some of my Picard stuff on there too. I have Picard stuff because I created and run the biggest Captain Picard fan page on Facebook. A lot of people don't know that. Eccleston's Angel says, I want your hat, JP. Now this I don't think you can find. This was given to me by the Orville, by production. They sent this to me as a thank you for, being a friend to the show, which is, they didn't have to do that. That just shows you the difference between the Orville and, you know, CBS fronted Star Trek Discovery. One rewards fans, others hurt fans. I don't know if that'll always be the case, though. They seem to be trying harder. And no offense to the cast and the people trying to make the show. You know, talented people. Oh, the new trailer. Let's watch the new Star Trek Discovery trailer. Season 2 trailer just came out today, a few hours ago. Before we watch it, I do want to show you their new thumbnail, which actually I think is really good. I really like this thumbnail. This design that they made. It's updated, it's Star Trek-y, it's adventurous, it's just cool looking. Let's check it out. Ready and go. So it's not super clear, but I think this is great. You know, you can get rid of this crap right here and it'd be even better. But you got Discover the Adventure. It's not that clear. It's not a super high quality image. Discover the next adventure. Okay, they used the word next. How dare they? Star Trek Discovery Season 2. I think this is really freaking cool. I mean, I don't know how the show's going to be. Oh, look, we got little beard Spock. Oh, just FYI, you guys, I'm currently in the middle of writing this big Spock episode. We're going to be talking about Spock. I'm not quite halfway done. I'm trying to get 4 or 5 pages. We're going to be talking about the Spock that we know and the Spock that we've seen so far in these new trailers. Smiling Spock, bearded hipster Spock. We're going to be comparing the history of Spock, where this guy fits in, does he break canon, what's going on. That's coming up soon. I don't know how long it's going to take me to finish it, but that's coming up. But now let's, without further ado, let's watch Season 2 Star Trek Discovery trailer that just came out today. Ladies and gentlemen, protect yourselves. An STD's coming your way. I haven't watched this, by the way.
There is a great responsibility at hand. This could be the defining moment for multiple civilizations, millions of lives. The future may be determined by our actions, yours and mine.
We're really on the other side of the looking glass now, aren't we?
We're investigating 7 red bursts. These signals typically follow the arrival of a being we call the Red Angel.
This angel showed me an apocalyptic vision. Someone or something is going to end all sentient life in the galaxy.
Quite the welcome.
Captain Georgia.
We joined Section 31.
Fancy. Covert ops, threat assessment.
Fun times.
It's Section 31's position that the Red Angel should be considered dangerous.
We're in the middle of a fight for the future. Mr. Talla, we are always in a fight for the future.
I do like
Captain,
fight.
10 Century ships on an intercept course.
I risked everything to help you.
You assume every burden is yours alone.
Discovery will not allow a catastrophe on her watch.
It worked. I mean, of course it worked.
Lord knows what's waiting for us out there. Be bold. Be brave. Be courageous.
Captain, we are riding into danger.
Is that a smile I see on your face?
Yes.
No, it's not.
Welcome to Discovery.
Maximum warp.
Hi, sir.
Well, there you go, you guys. I didn't even know Discovery could warp. Nice that they use the word warp. So much to unpack there. I can't really do it because there was so much happening. That was actually the first time I watched it, along with you guys. Some of you probably already seen it already. Watching that there was so much new stuff in there that I'm like, dang, I need to do a trailer breakdown. When am I going to find the time to do that? Jeez, I don't know what to do. On the face of it, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give a gift to Star Trek Discovery for my first review of their first episode this season. I'm going to review it as though, and it might help everyone to watch it this way, I'm going to review it as though season 1 never existed. Anything that crops up in my brain saying, season 1, I'm just going to push it out and say, no, I'm going to pretend that doesn't even exist. I'm going to do a favor and just base my review exactly on what I see in this first episode, which it really does seem like they're trying to do a better job. Not knowing anything that you already know from the previous season, if this was the first time Star Trek Discovery, premiered with a trailer, I'd be like, oh god, I can't wait to see that. I wish they didn't have Spock in it, but that seems interesting. That seems like a fun Star Trek show. Of course, we'll see what happens when we actually watch the show. I know for a fact that when Discovery first came out, when it first aired, when they were first developing it, they said that, this show, it's a prequel, of course, 10 years before Kirk. You're never going to see any of those characters from the other series, from the original series. You're not going to see Kirk. You're not going to see Spock. You're not going to see any of those people. Because they're like, oh yeah, we got a new Star Trek show. We're going to win. And then the show was rejected by fans. So they had to scramble towards the end of the season to figure out how to get people to watch the second season. And they said, we got to do it. We got to bring Spock in. We got to bring Captain Pike in. We got to do all this stuff. This is stuff they didn't plan on doing before. We got to bring the Enterprise in. We shouldn't have never even seen the Enterprise. And originally, the original ending of season 1 was supposed to be Giorgio getting brought into Section 31. 31, right? Yeah, Section 31. And they had the whole thing filmed, had the original ending of some guy coming up to her and going, join Section 31, here's your badge, blah, blah, blah. And they cut it out, and they did that Enterprise thing instead, because they realized they had to switch gears, even though that's going to hurt them as well. We don't want this new Spock. I don't really have problems with the new Spock too much at this point, but we don't need it. Though, I would love it if they just did a spin-off of Discovery called Captain Pike and just go off on the Enterprise and do Captain Pike years of the Enterprise. That would be a great show, as long as they don't screw too much up, which they learned their lesson. Let's just spin it off. Let's have season 3 of Discovery be not Discovery, just have it be the Captain Pike years of the Enterprise. So I am interested to see, because we are going to see the Enterprise. We're going to see, I believe, the interior, all that stuff. So I'm interested to see what they do with the look that we know and how they update it. Hopefully they honor it while they update it. We'll have to wait and see. Eccleston says, I flat out refuse to waste one penny on this waste of space. That's the common verdict that most people have come up with. Even people that like the show don't necessarily pay for the show. I see more often than not people saying, I love Discovery, I watch it, or it's like, it's okay, but I plan on watching it, but I'm not paying for CBS All Access. Most of the audience is abroad because they can watch it on Netflix. Now, of course, Netflix does not carry the short treks, because when CBS said, hey, we got these 4 short treks, we want you to pay $40 million for them, $10 million per episode. And Netflix, already feeling that they got ripped off with season 1, says, we don't want it. And CBS says, okay, they lowered the price. And Netflix is like, no, they lowered the price. They're like, no, they lowered the price. They're like, no, we don't want it. And then Netflix basically said, no matter the price, we're not doing it. We're not carrying short treks. So if you go on the Star Trek Discovery Twitter page about, any post that they have about any short trek episode, the comments are almost nothing but people saying, hey, how come I can't watch it? They don't have it on Netflix in my country. Is there a way I can see this? And everyone's like, no, there's no way you can see this unless you find a way to steal it. Eon. Oh man, I gotta. Okay, let me pronounce your name. Eon Gabe the Ea Chain. My butt is ready for Netflix. Mine too. I gotta have dinner. Had a little bit of pasta before we started because I didn't eat anything really today. And I didn't want to have a toasty drink without something in my belly. Oh, real quick, let me show you the comment sections. We'll be wrapping up here soon. Actually, it's been almost 2 hours, and I really appreciate you guys stopping by, hanging out. Well, I'm going to read more of your comments here in a second, but I do want to show you the Twitter comments that I see. So this pops up on my Twitter all the time. CBS All Access. Here's when to watch Star Trek Discovery Season 2. Link. Don't ever click on it. And this is a promoted tweet, so it pops up every day. CBS pays to have this pop up in my Twitter feed. And you get stuff like, I prefer the original Trek. You guys have today's computers, special effects, and synthesized sounds, but they had to attract viewers. With the stories. Basically saying they don't have good stories. This person going, me. This is there a way to unwatch season 1? A TV show advertised as over the air when it came out and quickly moved to pay-per-view online only. Instant loss of millions of viewers. Still waiting for a positive comment, you guys. Wasn't advertised as over the air. Your mistake. Not a positive thing, but someone just wanting to argue. It was advertised as it aired on CBS. I mean, the wording might be different, but that's basically what happens. And then someone says, can this be accessed through DirecTV mobile app? CBS says, thank you for contacting CBS All Access. We can help you with that. Please email us at cbssupport@cbsi.com to obtain assistance from our customer care team. Can you please give us your social security number? Okay, they didn't say that, but they'll get there. And you got some fans. Prog Girl says, can't wait. And you know, it goes on and on. I don't want to read all this stuff. Reading's dumb. I like watching stuff. This person says, free Star Trek! Oh, snaps! Someone just straight up put an Orville thing in there. Why do they create good shows when they have seasons that only last 6 episodes, then go off a hiatus for 2 years? Okay, now we're just getting into semantics, you guys. But you can see, people are really complaining about, you know, being a paywall. They don't like the show, you know, stuff like that. Oh, I forgot to read it. One of them said, oh, the Orville is the real Star Trek. You get all that. Everybody thinks the Orville is the real Star Trek, and that's because it's true. But even though the Orville is its own thing, really, it's taking the base ingredients of Star Trek and doing its own thing with it. And the fans love it. Uh-oh. Let me check my stream. I don't know if the stream's working. Okay, I'm working. Okay. I got scared there for a second, you guys. Sometimes my internet, as a lot of you guys know, doesn't always work. But we are going to have to wrap this up here pretty dang soon. Edgy Pumpkin says, oh my god, tell us about the interview. I did. You're going to have to rewatch it. The interview went well. It's a preliminary interview with Wall Street Journal about Orville fandom and where I think it's going and how it is and things that I noticed. But it's preliminary. They got to get it approved by the editor, and if the editor approves it, they're going to call me back, and we're going to do a bigger interview. I prefer talkies. But okay, you guys, it's getting late. I have to end this stream. I thought it would be a great idea I was excited today. You know, I thought, hey, let's talk to you guys, see what you're up to. Get prepared, because we're going to be doing the live streams every week when the Orville is airing. So I was like, hey, I need to do some practice ones. So we might do another live show here before the actual December 30th air date of the season 2 premiere of The Orville. But I want to thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for your super chats. Help support the show so I can keep making more content. Keep covering The Orville. I'd probably cover The Orville, at least with my eyeballs, even if I didn't make videos, though, because I loves it. Let's say some goodbyes before I go. Before we get in deep here. Oh, it's not updating. There's way more people here than this. But I want to thank you guys for joining. Good night, Carl. Good night, Richie. Agrios414, Rob Crawford, Kate Emmons, Slime 101. I'm not going to get all your names, though. Louis Carter, CPAT L, Avenger BB1, Gila 1, Vecna 71, James Forsyth, longtime fan. Eccleston's Angels. Don't go, JP. I'm having fun. I'm having fun, too. But I got to finish my drink. I got to make a Sammy. I got to feed my cat. I should have done that a couple hours ago. Sorry. And all that good stuff. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, but I'll see you before that. We should do another live stream because we got to get these in before the live stream Super Chat Explosions, which will be every week, at least for a couple months, because the Orville is going to be going non-stop for a few months. Thanks, you guys. And I want to thank you Patreon supporters, and you guys are great. Always, you guys are paying my cable bill, which is great. Here, let me bring something up here so I can go out in style. Here we go. And last but not least, let me turn off this music so that I can turn on. Okay, that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about today, you guys, and I talked about it with you because you're amazing. How about you? Are you excited as I am for the new season of The Orville? And do you think season 3 is already in the bag? Because I think it is. Do you think we can expect another season 2 trailer before the premiere in just a few weeks? We really should. It's been a while, right? Do you think we can all just love each other and be in the Orville universe? Do you think Star Trek fans, by and large, now prefer the Orville over Star Trek Discovery? That's kind of a question you don't even have to answer. We kind of know that. You can let me know what you think by joining the conversation below. And thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my stupid show. It really does mean the world to me, you guys. I thank you all for supporting me. I thank you for donating to my tip jar, link in the description below. Thanks to my patrons and all you super chatters out there that are helping me out. Your support is going to one day mean I can make bigger and better episodes of the show all throughout the week, meaning that all our times can always be Egotastic Fun Times. I'll see you very soon, and I think we've just had an Egotastic Fun Time. Love you, bye-bye!
Egotastic fun time, we're gonna have a great time. Egotastic fun time, give me all your money. Give him all your money. You will find it funny. Just give me money. I love money. Give me all your 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 money.